Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to look at why ENTPs are misunderstood geniuses. Make sure to watch each point till the end because it may not be what you think. ENTPs are brilliant minds who love to find efficiencies in everything they do. They have a natural curiosity about the world around them and use logic and reason to understand how things work. Their ability to see things from different perspectives allows them to come up with creative solutions that others don't even realize are possible. And while their innovative ideas can be intimidating to some, when understood and utilized correctly, they can lead to incredible breakthroughs. Number 1. The provocateur. Being the devil's advocate is something that comes naturally to ENTPs. They will often take the opposite stance just to see how their ideas will hold up under scrutiny. While others might take offense to this, for an ENTP it's all in good fun and games. They're only looking to sharpen their own ideas and those of the group through healthy debate. When ENTPs are in this mode, they tend to poke holes in everyone else's arguments until they're left standing alone with their most convincing idea yet. They'll then present their own solution and explain how it's the best way forward. While others may initially disagree, they'll soon come to realize that the ENTP was right all along. This isn't done out of spite or arrogance, but simply because the ENTP finds pleasure in solving problems and uncovering the truth. As long as there's no animosity, they're happy to let it go. But if someone takes offense, they're likely to dig in their heels and fight tooth and nail against any accusations of playing devil's advocate. Number 2, the aha moment. Have you ever had one of those eureka moments when the answer to a problem you've been struggling with suddenly hits you? For ENTPs, these moments happen more frequently than for others. That's because their brains are always working in the background, even when it doesn't appear so. ENTPs have a knack for making connections between seemingly unrelated concepts and ideas. They're able to see both sides of every argument and use this knowledge to come up with creative solutions that others wouldn't even think possible. They love solving problems and seeing how things work. And when they're faced with a challenge, their minds immediately start racing with potential solutions. Because of this, ENTPs often have a lot of unfinished projects and half-baked ideas. But when one of their ideas finally clicks, nothing can stop them from seeing it through to completion. Number 3, seeing through BS. ENTPs can easily spot when someone is trying to pull the wool over their eyes. They're skilled at asking the right questions and digging deeper to get to the truth. While others may be fooled by a charismatic liar, the ENTP will always remain skeptical until all the facts are laid out on the table. They know that not everyone has good intentions, and they're not afraid to call out those who they think are being dishonest. When an ENTP suspects something isn't right, they won't rest until they get to the bottom of it. They're relentless in their pursuit of the truth and will stop at nothing to uncover it. If you're ever caught in a lie to an ENTP, they'll eventually find out and you won't be able to hide it from them. They're too good at reading people and situations to be fooled for long. So it's best to just tell the truth from the beginning. Number 4, different modes of thinking. ENTPs are able to think outside the box and come up with creative solutions that others wouldn't even dream of. This is because they're not limited by conventional thinking and instead are able to see things from different perspectives. They're constantly challenging the status quo and looking for ways to improve things. When an ENTP sets their mind to something, there's no stopping them. They're incredibly focused and determined individuals who won't give up until they succeed. It's this combination of creativity and determination that makes ENTPs such successful innovators. They're the ones who are able to come up with new ideas and then actually make them a reality. Number 5, questioning everything. Do you ever wonder why ENTPs ask so many questions? It's not because they're being nosy or trying to cause trouble. It's because they're curious and want to understand the world around them better. ENTPs are natural problem solvers, and they use their inquisitive nature to find solutions to problems. They ask questions to clarify their understanding of a topic and to make sure they're seeing the whole picture. This questioning attitude can be annoying to some, but it's really just the ENTP's way of getting to the truth. They want to know how things work and why they work that way. And they're not afraid to speak up if they don't understand something. This questioning attitude is what allows ENTPs to come up with innovative solutions and challenge the status quo. Number 6, fear of commitment. One of the biggest struggles for ENTPs is their fear of commitment. This isn't because they're flaky or indecisive, but because they're afraid of limiting their options. ENTPs are natural explorers, and they love to keep their options open. They're always looking for new experiences and opportunities, and they don't want anything to stand in their way. This fear of commitment can manifest itself in different ways. For example, ENTPs may jump from one project to another without finishing the first one. Or they may avoid making long-term plans because they're afraid of being tied down. Whatever the case may be, this fear of commitment can make it difficult for ENTPs to succeed in relationships and in their careers. They need to learn how to balance their need for freedom with the need for stability. Number 7, not caring about superficial things. ENTPs are the life of the party. They love to have fun and enjoy themselves. They're not bogged down by superficial things like status or material possessions. What matters to them is having a good time and enjoying the moment. They're spontaneous and unpredictable, which makes them exciting to be around. They're not afraid to speak their minds and will often say what others are thinking but are too afraid to say. This can make them seem blunt or insensitive at times, but it's just because they don't care about hurting people's feelings. They value honesty and authenticity above all else. Number 8, their arrogance. You may have met an ENTP who was so confident that they came across as arrogant. This is one of the most common complaints people have about ENTPs, and it's understandable why they might seem that way. After all, ENTPs are incredibly intelligent and know it. They're quick-witted and can easily hold their own in any conversation. They're also extremely confident in their abilities and aren't afraid to show it. However, there's a difference between confidence and arrogance. And when ENTPs cross that line, they can come across as being stuck in their ways and dismissive of others' opinions. When this happens, it's usually because the ENTP feels like they have all the facts and that no one else has anything valuable to add. They can be so sure of themselves that they become blind to the strengths of others. When this happens, ENTPs need to be careful not to alienate the people around them. Number 9, too frank. ENTPs are known for being brutally honest, and sometimes that honesty can be a little too much for others to handle. They're not afraid to speak their minds and will often tell it like it is, whether people want to hear it or not. This can be off-putting to some and make them seem rude or insensitive. But for the most part, ENTPs don't mean to be hurtful. They're just not good at sugarcoating things. This straightforwardness can be refreshing to those who appreciate it, but it can also make them seem harsh and uncaring. ENTPs need to be aware of this and careful not to hurt people's feelings. Number 10, they're not good at expressing themselves. While ENTPs are great at articulating their thoughts and ideas to others, they're not always so good at expressing their emotions. They have a tendency to keep their personal feelings to themselves, which can make it difficult for others to connect with them on an emotional level. This lack of emotional expression can come across as coldness or aloofness, which is not typically what the ENTP intends. In fact, ENTPs are quite passionate people, but they tend to express that passion through their intellect rather than through their emotions. While this may not always be perceived positively, it's simply because the ENTP is struggling to express themselves in a way that feels comfortable to them. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment below. Subscribe to my channel.